It's a Black Friday showdown between the Rush and the Idaho Steelheads, and Rapid City looking for 2 games in a row and the series win after a 5-4 overtime victory on Wednesday. Dave Smith, Rush head coach and GM, alongside. How was Thanksgiving with Griff on the couch?
It was good. We ended up getting together with the team president, Jared Reed, and his parents, as well as Peter came over, and it was nice to go to Reeder's place and little turkey dinner.
How was the football?
It was good. I enjoyed. I thought they were good games.
Yeah, 3 good games for sure. All right, Wednesday's game was also pretty good. 5-4 overtime win. How'd you guys, as a whole, get it done on Wednesday?
Well, I thought we played with a lot of purpose. I mean, the biggest thing we'd like to improve upon was how to play with the lead. Now, we've had that a couple times, and how do you practice something if you're not doing it enough, right? So, let's get the lead again. But I thought we took pucks to the net. I thought we capitalized on some chances, and I think defending better down the stretch would make a big difference.
I know it had to have been good for your group. Obviously, you win the game, but after Idaho ties it, they don't score the next one. You guys get that next one in overtime. Arseni makes a big save at the beginning of overtime, and Ryan Wagner ends it. So at least good to be able to still get 2 points out of that game.
I'll tell you what I've learned about overtime in the ECHL is that your goalie is going to have to make a save. And if he makes a save, then you have a chance to win. And I thought Sergeyev made 3 saves from quality scoring chances in overtime. And then obviously Wags did what Wags does, and he scored a beautiful goal.
How good was Arseni? 44 saves, a career high for him. He gets back on the win column. How good was he?
I thought he was the first star of the game. Again, I'm not sure who it was out here from other people's perspective, but they had a lot of high danger chances. I think that when I reviewed it with him, he wants to save all of them, and he understands how and why they go in. But I thought he competed. I thought he handled pucks. I thought he gave us a chance to win, especially with 3 quality saves in overtime.
Yeah, he's a young guy. He's only 22. He's only made 7 starts in pro hockey. But we saw in Kansas City, the very first game, he looked like he was a seasoned veteran out there. Just how much of a competitor is he?
Yeah, he's got a fire in his belly to be great, and he works at his game. He watches video. He works with the goalie coaches. He learns a lot from Connor Murphy, who's a consummate pro, and I think Arseni's demeanor and his competitiveness are going to help push him to the next levels.
Yeah, there is a competition for sure between him, Connor Murphy, Nathan Torkia. You got 3 goaltenders. What has that competition been like, and how healthy is that to have?
Well, it's not like in football where you say with the quarterback room or the wide receivers room, but our room of goaltenders, they get along, they work well together, they share the net in practice so that they know, who's starting gets what they need and the other guys get what they need. And, Torch has been a wonderful teammate in a tough situation because he hasn't played yet. He hasn't even suited up, but he sees what Murph and Arseni are doing, and together their team is cheering for each other. So I've been really happy with our goaltending, and again, the whole approach to it, just a team amongst teams has been outstanding.
Any insight onto what Ryan Wagner's celebration was?
No idea, but it would look cool to me, but no idea.
Yeah, sure did. His first professional overtime winner after 405 games. Incredible he hasn't done that yet. His line mate, Blake Bennett, also scored after not scoring in 7 games. Brett Davis had 2 primary assists. First, the top line. All 3 of them had great games, and it was sure nice to see Davis and Bennett break out of some slumps.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think, trying to play the right way leads to good things, right? You have to work for your game as a team, but also as individuals. And I mean, Wags is on a bit of a goal-scoring heater now, and you just see the gift when the puck comes off his stick. And if Benny can get there, and maybe that's the first one of many, and you get those 2 guys scoring like that, and Davis benefits, everybody benefits.
Ryan Wagner has a goal in 9 of his last 10 games. Blake Bennett did the same thing just last season. So it's certainly possible. But all 4 of your lines scored in the game on Wednesday for the first time this year. How important was that?
Well, I think the little pieces of it are important, like Parker Bowman, who's been working really hard, doing really good things, gets rewarded. Seth Fighton gets a great assist on it, and Hubby didn't get any point on that, I don't think, but he was involved, and that line was playing very well. So to get energy and momentum from that line and goals is great, but when you have depth in scoring and all 4 lines scored, really, really good things can happen.
You talk about improving your third periods and playing with the leads. Of course, you've gotten a lot of practice doing it. You've had the lead a lot in third periods this year. How do you get better at that in the game?
We talk about it. We focus. We have the guys understand what we're trying to accomplish. It's not rocket science, but we got to get a little more comfortable in our 200-foot game under high pressure. And I think we're working towards that. And in the games that we have given up those leads, I think we came back to win in overtime. So winning is important. It's interesting that we can put it behind us and come out on the other positive side. But let's keep that 1, 2, 3 goal lead whenever we can.
Is a lot of that just the opposing team, turning up the heat offensively and maybe sending their defenseman down to pinch a bit or whatever aggressive style they have, and you guys having to react?
Well, I think the hockey people or sport people call it's score effects, right? Like it's they're down 2, they're going to push. And how do we put them in a spot where we get the next one, not them getting a scoring chance? So, yeah, they're pushing, they're adding extra guys, they're throwing more pucks to the net, and we might be a little bit more passive or not as aggressive as we would have been earlier in the game. So that's what we just keep replaying those and try and get better coming out the next time.
That was the first win of this 5-game homestand. What improvements did you see between the 2 games against Kansas City and Wednesday?
Well, I actually liked our game against Kansas City. I didn't love it, but I liked it, and I liked our game against Idaho on Wednesday. So I think we're starting to see some consistent commitment to what we're doing, commitment to how we understand our own game. And I don't know if there's any huge strides one way or the other. We capitalized on some goals. We didn't even have a power play to try and get that under our belt. But I think we're just seeing a consistency right now that I really like.
What do you want to see tonight? Big crowd on hand for Black Friday, looking for a series win.
Yeah, I mean, same. I mean, let's come out. Let's start on time. It's, let's start at 7 o'clock. Let's have passion and pace. Let's take pucks to the net. Everything. I want to see everything from our guys. And our quest and our plan is to play a perfect game. But that perfect game means, there's lots of structure and there's lots of creativity in there. Let's blend those together.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.